Hi everyone, thanks for dropping by the channel this week. This episode is going to be still working with this X-S10. I'm starting to really like this camera, and I thought this week I'd try something a little bit different. I'm using the Fujifilm M mount adapter, which I also did with the X-H1. I did a video on that. I'll put the link in someplace. And so what I thought I'd do is I thought I'd use a variety of Leica lenses that I have. And you know, I've got a couple of vintage ones, and I've got some newer lenses. This is a 21 Super Elmar, which I really like. I think it's one of the sharpest 21mm lenses that Leica makes. And the interesting is it turns on a crop sensor camera, it turns this into a 31 or something like that, 31.5 or something, or somewhere in that range. So I thought I would do is head around the Cape here and see if I can find some interesting shots with different lenses. Everything from a 21 to a 90, which is that's like a 31 to a, let's see, a 135, somewhere in that range. I think it'll be fun. And the cool thing about this M mount adapter is that you can actually, in this camera, you can actually name the lens. So you can go into the menu and you can change the name of it from lens 1 through 6 to Leica 21 or Leica 28 or whatever it is you have, or a Zeiss 21, Zeiss 35, something like that. And just by pushing this little button on the side here, you can go through and change whatever lens it is. So the IPTC information, or the XEIF, whatever it is, will show up as the lens you use. Now, I tend to forget that and forget to push the little button and move the joystick down and change it. But as you can see, this is a great little rig here. I mean, it's a small camera. It's got this nice grip here, and these manual focus lenses just fit perfectly in your hand. So follow me around. I'm going to take some shots here and there of different things. I'm not really sure what, but the light's a little bit high now. I also want to try out the IBIS on this with these manual focus lenses. I'm willing to bet you can get down really, really low, because I know I could with the X-H1. So follow me along, and after the break, we'll see what we get. So I thought I'd take a walk around here and see if I can find some interesting things to shoot. Later on, I'm going to go out and do some lower light stuff, but today is all about shooting with this X-S10 and the M mount adapter. It's kind of cool, I'm telling you. And I've spotted some stuff over here, which is kind of cool. Let's see what you think of it. So we got some backlighting going on here. So I'm going to get some shots right here, show all this shadowing in here and the backlighting. It's kind of cool. I like it. This will be an interesting photograph. But you know what I wanted to do most of all? I wanted to shoot it with a longer lens, which I did with the 90 Telemarit, I think it is. Anyway, it's a 92.8, and so that's a 135 in full frame terms. And I also shot a wide angle one with the 21 Super Elmar, and it's kind of cool. You know, it's really interesting the way the shadows are on this and the backlighting. It's kind of cool. I wish I could show it to you, but I don't have a neutral density filter to cut down on the exposure like I do with this lens here. So here's a couple of these shots. Really kind of fun to shoot this stuff. I'm telling you, this is a great little rig with these manual focus lenses. I'm enjoying it. It's fun. One of my absolute favorite lenses is the 90 Telemarit. Makes it a 135 2.8. I love it for this stuff. Interesting vertical composition here, showing the shadows and the backlight at f2.8. I really like this. I'm really starting to like my 21. It's in between a 28 and a 35 on a full frame camera. So for me, that's a sweet spot focal length for a walk around lens. Next, I headed over to Lane's Cove to this really cool fish shack with the tuna tails hanging on the wall. And I pulled out another favorite lens of mine, the 50 Summilux 1.4. It gives you a 75mm full frame equivalent.
And I got some really interesting shots here with these shadows, black and white and color. So over here at Lanes Cove, and I pulled out my 35mm Sumeron from 1938. It's a screw mount with a bayonet mount adapter on it, and it gives me a 50mm or 52mm equivalent, which is kind of cool. There it is right there, old Mr. Silver. It's like a piece of jewelry. You know, I got this when I was 15 years old from my dad, and it's a very, very interesting piece of gear, and I like to use it on my MP240. But you know, it's I haven't been shooting a lot with that, and I need to do that. I'll get another really interesting shot here. These flowers in the foreground and the building in the background. And I'm going to be using my 35 Sumeron from 1938 or whatever the heck it is. It's kind of cool. Nice flowers here. You know, I got some really interesting shots of that fish shack over there. It's an iconic fish shack over here in Cape Ann. It's over in Lanes Cove. It's kind of cool. Look it up. Well, we're over in a really cool place over in Gloucester called Rose Marine Service. There's a really cool old vessel over here. I'm going to see if I can get some interesting shots of it. So what I'm going to be using the X-S10 like I've been showing you, but this time we're going to be using a really, really nice lens. It's a 28 Elmarit made by Leica, and that will make it like a 40, 42, something like that. Kind of interesting. Let's see what we get. Boy, we should be able to get some really cool shots of this. Wow, look at this. Pretty amazing stuff. Look at this. All this rust, all the paint coming off. Boy, really interesting. Well, we're going to have some great shots for you, that's for darn sure. One of the first things that I photographed with my X-T3 and my brand new 18-55 was the front bow of this boat and its conversion to black and white. It is an absolutely incredible photograph. So I've always had it in mind to come over here and photograph this vessel again, and today it enabled me to do that, and I got some great images here. This one coming up here, I love this shot, boy. The 28, which is like a 42mm lens, in full frame terms, really, the colors are extraordinary. I really like this one. So we've had a great day shooting with the X-S10 and the M mount adapter from Fuji, and we've used 4 different lenses. We've used a 28, a 35, a 21, a 50, and a 90, all Leica lenses, but they've been really great. I've been using focusing, and that is on, I've got that set to red high, and that's been great for me. It might not be for other people. They might want to use white or something else. There's various different methods you can use for focusing it. But anyway, so far that's been great for me. Now, I have to say, I really like the way this camera handles with these lenses, and so far it's been an interesting experience, and I'm looking to do more, but I'm going to probably be using my X-H1 for that, because I'm not going to purchase this camera, or if I do, it's not going to be for a while. We've got to get some money together before I can do that. So Please support my channel. Give me a like, thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. That would be awesome. And that's it for this week, and we'll catch you next time.